Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It happens ever so often. It happens once in a while. I hear the music when you move and it makes me smile. I close my eyes, I still hear you, the beating of your heart. Though you're far away, I wake up with a start. I hear your eyes close with a rhapsody when you're down to take your rest. I hear your sigh become this melody that will come to haunt my lips forevermore. I take the notes of your voice to make the chords I can use to write a new song every morning about you. And I will follow your symphony as it plays throughout my dreams. I get lost in the music of your soul, that's the way it seems. I hear your eyes close with a rhapsody when you're down to take your rest. I hear your sigh become this melody that will come to haunt my lips forevermore. Take the notes of your symphony and as them to my chest. I take them to your words you're singing. I know it's different for more.
Mr. Gene Collier. Craig Skinner and John Williams there. For your viewing pleasure, the music's just an extra bonus. Here's a little ditty. I like to write songs about death, make them happy. This is advice from the other side of the grave, from one who's been there and knows.
Sing along.
Well, I'm dead now. I'm gonna be dead a while. I've got a good long time just to practice my smile. I never cared much for you folks out there, but I can tell right now I wasn't thinking too clear, 'cause I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. Yes, I'm dead now. I live my life on the run. I never trusted nobody, and I never loved no one. As dead as I am, I can still feel the pain of a wasted life, lived all in vain. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. Play it, Mr. Williams. Yes, I'm dead now. I'm just a cold, hard fact. And I managed to go with all my good intentions intact. I stood firm. I refused to budge. Am I better off now? Well, I'll let you be the judge. 'Cause I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. Mr. Collier. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside, won't be remembered long. One more time, I'm dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm crying inside.
I'm crying inside.
Won't be remembered long. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all for singing along there.
Tina wrote back in the 70s and kind of sat on it for the longest time. I was too embarrassed to play it out in public. Them old boys from Arkansas, they grow some mighty fine pot. And that's a direct result, and boy, I can see they got. Carrying water uphill's a chore, but I'll tell you what. Them boys from Arkansas grow some mighty fine pot. Them old boys out of Texas, they'd rather smuggle their weed across that old Rio Grande using a Mexican breed. Exploiting cheap labor, that's a Texican's creed. And them old Rio Grande frogmen feel a basic need. Them old boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. They either too damn skinny or way too long. And I ain't no holy roller, so I just use a bong. Them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. Well, I was up in Kansas and I was rumbling around. And I ran into Dorothy up in Wichita town. She rolled a joint that dropped me to the ground. I said, Dorothy, I don't think we're in Kansas no more. Boys from California got 'em a kinky streak. And they can't even roll a joint cause their wrists are too weak. But they'll really go to puffing if you stick one in her beak. And I rolled me a couple of them doobies just last week. Them old boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. They're too damn skinny or way too long. And I ain't no holy roller, so I just use a bong. Them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. Then I bought me an old hound, I named him Mojo Clark. But then I believe that old hound used to belong to an ark. Cause when he smells pot, boys, he really starts to bark. But he's paid himself off time after time after time. Them old boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. They're too damn skinny or way too long. And mine looks like a pregnant dolphin, so I just use a bong. Them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. Boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. They're too damn skinny or way too long. And I ain't no holy roller, so I just use a bong. Them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong.
Hey, you can vaporize that stuff now.
Vaporize.
Makes your eyes red. Rio Grande frog here.
We're in the key of C.
I see.
Well, if I had a nickel for every time I've had a dime, I could have come this far at half the cost. And if I knew then what I'm learning now, I'd still be holding all